Hey guys, how are you? Grant right here. I'm back here today for a brand new video. We are getting back to the legendary Barbra Streisand today, as by popular request. You guys, if you're not aware, this channel is growing every day, so my rotation gets bigger and bigger, which is why it takes a little bit of time for me to get back to every artist, but I always make it a priority to do so, and we're getting back to Babs today. Now, I want to point out that I spent quite a bit of time looking through my comments. I wanted to sort of really pick something that I was feeling would be of interest. When I saw this title, it struck my interest because it sort of resonates with what my life is about as an artist and as a creator. And we're going to be reacting to Barbra Streisand's Put It Together from the Broadway album. As I said, I feel this title really speaks to my life in general as an artist. Putting it together, that's what you always are doing, whether you're creating, whether you're, whether I'm dressing up, putting outfits together for shows, etc. Always putting it together, so I'm super excited. This is the studio recording, I believe, so we're going to be looking at it today. I hope you guys like the new outfit. I want to point out something else. I got a sort of a snarky remark on one of my last videos. Somebody was making fun of me. They were sort of mocking my outfit matching. I had a air freshener on my table over here because I forgot to put it in the bathroom. Somebody made a little snarky remark on that, so just want to let you know there's no air freshener, so relax. Anywho, I'm very excited to bring you guys along for the journey once again today to look at Babs, putting it together. I got some coffee over here, so get you guys a nice drink, get something to eat, get situated, make yourself smell good, make yourself look good, make yourself feel good, and join me for Barbra. Without further ado, let's get into it. Before I begin today's video, as always, if you're new here, welcome to the community. I'm happy to have you here. If you'd please be so kind, hit that subscribe button. No, smash that subscribe button. There is tons of content coming you don't want to miss. Give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment down below, and a little PSA, if anyone is in the Miami or Hollywood, Florida area, my own show returns this Saturday. I'm going to be hitting Twisted Roots Cover Brewery with the G King show, 9 p.m. till midnight or later. Brand new set list, brand new wardrobe, everything all new, so it's going to be a good time. If you're in the area, I'd love to have you out. And also be on the lookout. I am now the lead singer of the Brett Foreman Band in Naples, Florida. I'm going to be performing from September all the way till March of next year over in Naples. So if you're in that area also, all the information will be in my community post as well as my Instagram. Now let's get into the video.
Look, I've spent a lot of time working on this.
Look, no one's going to buy it. No one.
Well, how can
Nobody in Middle America, anyway, that's for sure.
He's right.
Well, why?
Sweetheart, it's just not commercial.
What is commercial?
It's
anyway?
not what's selling nowadays.
I mean, personally, I love it. But
Nice girl.
Nobody's into this kind of material.
You have to pay a price,
This
girl.
album needs a hit single we can push.
They like to give advice,
the
girl.
whole idea is too risky.
Don't think about it twice,
The audience won't
girl.
understand this kind of
It's
thing.
time to get to work. I disagree. Why don't you wait till you hear it?
This is like your old stuff.
Art isn't easy,
We gotta appeal to the kids.
even when you're hot.
Why would you want to make an album like this anyway?
Advancing art is easy.
I think we ought to talk seriously about
Financing it is not.
Why take chances?
A vision's just a vision if it's only in your head.
this. Nobody respects your artistic integrity more than I do.
If no one gets to hear it, it's as good as dead.
You have to think about your career.
It has to come to life. Bit by bit, putting it together. Piece by piece, only way to make a work of art. Every moment makes a contribution. Every little detail plays a part. Having just the vision's no solution. Everything depends on execution. Putting it together, that's what counts. Ounce by ounce, putting it together. Small amounts adding up to make a work of art. First of all, you need a good foundation, otherwise it's risky from the start. Takes a little cocktail conversation, but without the proper preparation, having just the vision's no solution. Everything depends on execution. The art of making art is putting it together, bit by bit,
We really need all these musicians.
link by link, making the connections, yes we do. Drink by drink, taking every comment as it comes. Learning how to play the politician like you play piano, bass and drums. Otherwise you'll find your composition isn't gonna get much exhibition. Art isn't easy. Every minor detail is a major decision. Have to keep things in scale, have to hold to your
Why don't we talk about
vision.
this over dinner, Dawn?
What's a little cocktail conversation if it gets the funds for your foundation? Every time I start to feel defensive, I remember vinyl is expensive.
Would you agree to do an interview?
Maybe one of them. Building up the image, shot by shot, keeping at a distance doesn't pay. Still, if you remember your object and not give all your privacy away, a little bit of hype can be effective, as long as you can keep it in perspective. Even when you get some recognition, everything you do, you still audition. Art isn't easy. Overnight, you're a trend, you're the right combination. Then the trend's at an end, you're suddenly last year's sensation. All they ever want is repetition. All they really like is what they know. Gotta keep a link with your tradition. Gotta learn to trust your intuition while you reestablish your position, so that you can be on exhibit, so that your work can be on exhibition. Be new, girl. They tell you till they're blue, girl. You're new or else you're through, girl. And even if it's true, girl, you do what you can do. Bit by bit, putting it together. Piece by piece, working on the vision night and day. All it takes is time and perseverance, with a little luck along the way. Putting in a personal appearance, gathering supporters and
Well,
adherents.
she's an original.
Was.
Mapping out the songs, but in addition, harmonizing each negotiation, balancing the part that's all musician with the part that's strictly presentation, balancing the money with the mission till you have the perfect orchestration. Even if you do have the suspicion that it's taking all your concentration, the art of making art is putting it together, bit by bit, beat by beat, part by part, sheet by sheet, chart by chart, track by track, by reel by reel, by sack by sack, by snip by shot by shot, by step by step, by down by down, and that is the state of the art.
Woo! Man. All right. Gonna take a sip of coffee real quick. We have got a lot to chat about. Guys, if I could become a stadium to give a standing ovation, trust me, I would, because that's what's deserved, as per usual with Barbara. Nonetheless, humongous round of applause for Babs. Putting it together, because we got to put it together, okay? Now, I want to start off by talking about the message of this song. As I said in the beginning, I chose this song because the title spoke to me, putting it together. If there is anything that my life has revolved around since I was born as an artist, it's putting it together. Whether you are a singer, an actor, a painter, a magician, a actor, ballet dancer, it is a constant state of a journey of putting it together. It is a puzzle. You have to find all the correct pieces or make the right pieces, and they have to fit. Everything has to, you got to put it together. I love at the beginning of the song those voices that were talking all the smack to her, because that's what 90% of it was. And as somebody who has been in the business from a young age, I can attest to this. This is what you typically hear at the beginning of your career when you are just starting out and you're green and you're inexperienced and you don't know left from right, right from wrong, who's full of shit, who's honest, etc., this is what is in your ear constantly. Whether people are telling you, and 90% of these people aren't, people that should be saying anything. People are telling you what to sing, how to sing it, what you need to sound like, what you need to dress like, what you need to look like, how much weight you need to lose, how much weight you need to gain, how you need to speak, how you need to not speak, etc., etc. It goes on and on. I'm telling you, when I started my career, this is all I was hearing. Whether I was in the studio, whether I was performing live, whether I was at gatherings, at, functions, etc., all I heard were people in my ear telling me what I need to do, how I need to do it. And you realize, and I'm saying all this because I'm saying this to a lot of the younger people that are pursuing their career. I know there's a lot of you out there. You do learn, after a few years, how to filter out the bullshit from what is valid, what you need. And I listened. That's one thing about me. I've always been an active listener, and I've always listened to understand, not to just run my mouth. That's the difference between, people that make it, in my opinion, people that don't. A lot of people that don't just don't want to listen at all. You need to listen, but do not digest everything. You need to learn how to filter out what is bullshit and what is actually going to be useful. And you do learn about 60 to 70% of what people are talking in your ear is complete bullshit. It's not out of wanting to help you go further. It's out of jealousy. And when I say that, I mean this. A lot of people, and this speaks to everything in life in general, a lot of people do not want you to do better than them, or to, go further than them, to, outgrow them. So they're going to say things to you that are going to keep you back, that are going to, they're going to pull you back without you knowing. Because a lot of people know your potential, especially in the arts. And like I said, a lot of times this talk is, to keep you from your potential, because they see that you're going to step over that line of, getting there. And these people don't want to have to feel those feelings that are involved in seeing somebody, go further than them. No tea, no shade to anybody who might be triggered by that, but you do learn who those people are, and you learn how to get them the fuck out of your life. And 90% of what you heard at the beginning were examples of those people. Most people who are saying these things do not know, they're not experts. They're just, like I said, it's all chitter chatter, pitter patter. So I love that she included that in the beginning, but because that really set the stage for the tone of this song. I absolutely live for the message of this song, just the lyrics in general. I was listening to everything. The art of art is putting it together. If that doesn't take it home, I don't know what does. Like I said, being an artist is a constant, it's a journey. It never ends. It never ends. Right when you think you've made it, there's another obstacle to overcome. There's something else you got to do. It is a constant journey of putting things together. Whether it be, a show, whether it be an album, whether it be a single, whether it be a wardrobe, whether it be, you're always having to put something together. Even if you're, like, I grew up, as I was a trained painter also, same thing. It's the same thing. You're always having to overcome something, and you're always having to put something, together. You're always having to create. It never stops. I love that this song speaks on that. I don't feel there's enough songs that really show the, the undertones of, the business of being an artist. And man, did she speak facts on so many of the lyrics in this song were just, like I said, spot on. I love that the song speaks on not just the creative process, but the financial aspect of being an artist, because a lot of people don't see that. And I can attest to that as an independent artist. If you are not with a record label, guess who's funding everything? You. And a lot of people in my early 20s didn't understand everything that was going on. So a lot of people were, I remember, calling me broke and calling me this and that. They didn't understand that there were hundreds of thousands of dollars that were going into making my albums, into photography, into videographers that I had to hire for my video shoots, into PR that I was funding myself. Everything was being paid for by moi, the record label, basically. And that is what happens. And she was also speaking on the song about, advances and financing in the business. If you sign to a record label, what happens is you get an advance, but guess who's got to pay that advance back? You, baby. You're not off the hook. And if you don't come up with that money through your record sales, they're going to take that money from other, parts of your, life without you not even knowing. So either way, you got to pay the piper. And like I said, I don't feel a lot of songs sort of speak on these things. And a lot of younger artists, they're left in the dark. They don't know till it's too late that these things do exist in the music business. So absolutely love the song. Live for the song. Her vocals now. The main thing I want to touch on with this performance was breath control. And I am always saying that Barbra Streisand is the epitome of breath control. The epitome of breath control. And I feel, I've said this before, there are so many young singers out there that just have a problem with this. They try to run before they can walk, try to impress people with high notes before they even can, before the groundwork for breath control has even been laid. And I say that because breath control is the base of, in my opinion, every vocal function. If your breath control is not stable, there's no way it's going to work. You know what I mean? And I constantly see younger performers try to, mask those problems with breath control with runs, with, high notes here and there, with yelling. It's just... breath control is the GOAT, as it's called. And with these fast-paced lines that Barbra Streisand is known to do, if you look at people today like Beyonce, Barbra Streisand laid the groundwork for that. Beyonce, and I say Beyonce because she is one of the best people with breath control today. In popular music, she is an absolute killer with it, with the fast-paced singing / talking. And like I said, that is something that you really, really, really need in order to be a great singer. Not just to have a great voice. Breath control is so, so important because, like I said, it helps everything else. That all the other technical aspects of singing, stem from that. And the thing with Barbra, I've said this before also, no matter how fast she was singing, the quality in the vocals never decreased. And that's something that it's just so often you see. The moment somebody gets in the weeds with the fast-paced singing or with the dancing, the quality of the vocals start decreasing. I see it all the time, especially in pop music. And that is, I'm telling you, if you need to look to somebody who mastered it to its fullest extent, Babs. Queen of breath control, no questions asked, end of story. I've also said this before, if you go on YouTube and you research any real vocal coach, and I'm not talking about the dumb, 20-year-olds that wake up one morning who come on the platform, I'm going to start a YouTube channel, I'm a vocal coach. No credentials, no degree, nothing. No credentials, no experience, whatever. I'm talking about real, actual vocal coaches, people, similar to some of the people I've worked with in the past. The number one poster child that they will flaunt for, up-and-coming singers is Barbra because of her instinctual habits. She wasn't taught most of the things that she presented in her work. They were instinctual. That's what's so special about her, because a lot of these things that are taught, Barbra naturally had instilled in her from the start of her career when she started singing. And it's just, they're fundamentals. And Barbra, in my opinion, I've said this before, when it comes to technicality and technical singing, Barbra Streisand is number one. Absolutely number one. Just such a natural at it, too. None of these things are forced. Nothing is obvious. It's just, like I said, it's instinctual with her from the start. So it's always made her so special and separated her from the rest. And like I said, she is, if you need to study somebody, I'm telling you, Barbara, she's the one, period. The vibrato, you guys are going to hear me saying this till the end of time. Her and Whitney hold the 2 top spots with the vibrato. Always spot on. Absolute gorgeous, gorgeous. Just such a unique vibrato. So correctly placed. And I'm always saying that on this channel too. I'm always critiquing people because that is a pet peeve of mine when vibrato is excessive or it's forced or it's placed in too many areas. In a song, there are places where vibrato belongs and places where it doesn't. When you are singing, you need to recognize which words and sentences you place it in and which ones you don't. And a good singer knows how to start and stop it very, very quickly, because it can get very irritating. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard when singers overuse vibrato and they use it as a mask for bad singing in general. It happens all the time. But telling you, Barbra Streisand, vibrato, you already know. A1A. And if Barbara's going to do anything in every performance, you already know she's going to take it home with the extended notes. She is queen of the extended notes. Best of the best, no questions asked. And this performance, it showed such a contrast because of all of the quick staccato moments all throughout it, and then she had those long. That's one thing that's so special about Barbara. You get everything in one performance. You know what I mean? A lot of other singers, they do certain things good and certain things they're not good at, so they stick to what they're good at. With Barbara, you're going to get everything. You're going to get the staccatos, you're going to get the long extended notes, you're going to get the belts, you're going to get the head voice, you're going to get everything. It is an all-in-one package, and each of those skills is to the absolute highest quality also. How many people present day can we say that about? Oh, wait. And I want to touch on something, especially present day. If you go on social media, every other post is referring to somebody in the media as queen, mother, queen, mother, queen, mother, queen, mother. And my question to all, 90% of this is queen of what? Mother of what? 80% of what we have in popular music today, garbage. I don't know where these queen and mother references are coming from. But right here, this is the definition of queen, of mother, as people want to call it. Barbara walked. So 90% of what's going on in pop culture today could run. If there was no Babs, there would be none of what you see, on radio, in the press today. End of story. And as per usual, you guys know I'm going to touch on this. The fact that this was a studio recording, I didn't even need to see a music video to be absolutely blown away. That just goes to show you what really matters at the end of the day. Music videos are wonderful. Exquisite stage productions are wonderful. All of that is wonderful. But if the actual music and the actual singing does not completely blow you away, then the job hasn't been done in the first place before we can even begin the stage production and all the other stuff. It's about the music. Always has been, always will be. I don't care what anyone says. I'm constantly getting into arguments with people about that. It's the music business for a reason. The music needs to be on point, or the artist, whatever you want to call it, does not belong there in the first place. End of story. That's all I got to say about that. Another humongous round of applause for Barbra Streisand. Babs putting it together. A humongous thank you to those of you who brought this to my inbox, and there were several people who did request this. This put me in a really good mood, as I said, because it really, really put the struggle of being an artist and and the undertones of that on the forefront, which I think a lot of people do not see. It sort of remains in the dark, and it is brought to the light in the song, and I think that's really, really, really special. Continue to bring your Barbra requests to my inbox. You guys know I absolutely live for her. She is one of my favorites, one of the best of the best of the best. The blueprint for all the girls today. It takes me a while to get back to everybody because this channel is growing. As I said, the rotation is getting bigger and bigger. But Barbra is one of the gems on this channel, so continue to bring those amazing requests, and we will continue the Barbra Streisand journey together. Thank you so much for joining me today for this reaction video. Please give the video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. There is tons of content coming you don't want to miss. If you're new here and you want to support the channel, consider sending me a donation via Cash App or a Super Chat here on the channel. All the details will be in the drop-down box below. You guys know the deal. If you want me to react to something, leave your requests in the comments down below, and I will add them to the lineup. Love you all. Stay blessed. Stay safe. Keep that positivity going. We need all we can get in this world. I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.